Okay, so we're actually going to focus on a nice routine that's going to help with back pain relief, and we're going to start in a standing position. Focus primarily on the spine, your alignment, your hips, and opening them up and getting some movement and articulation through the lower spine. So you want your feet hip width apart. For that, if you start with your feet close together, then just separate your toes, followed by the heels, and that's your hip width. Hands on the thighs. Nice deep breath in to lengthen the spine. Roll the shoulders back. We're coming into a short stop squat. So all we're doing is we're pushing the hips back and sitting into this squat, allowing fingertips to come to the knees and pressing through both legs as we stand up nice and straight. Now this is not meant to be a strength exercise. This is actually patterning a sitting movement from the top of the action and practicing good posture as we bend and extend through the hips and the legs. So we're going to do another 3, 2. We're trying to keep that spine nice and straight. Last 1. And hold that short stop right here. So you should feel a nice length through the spine. Tuck the hips slightly. And from here we're going to tuck the hips and round the back. Just a little bit. We're trying to create a nice C-curve through the spine. And as we inhale, we're untucking. So untucking that tailbone, lifting through the chest, arching the back. So let's round the back. Breathe in, arch the back. Breathe out. We've got another 4, 3. Keep the shoulders down and pull away from the ears. 2. And 1. So we're gradually articulating the spine. Find a nice neutral spine right here. And as you exhale, tuck the chin and roll down through the spine. As we come down, let the arms hang, hands hit the ground nice and flat, and drop to the knees. We're coming into this tabletop position here. Knees beneath the hips, and hands beneath the shoulders. And we are going into this open hip position. So we're going to take that, let's start with the left. So I might be mirroring you, and we're opening the hips, toes pointing away from us, and we're keeping both hands beneath the shoulders. And as we inhale, we're shifting our weight back. Exhale, coming back to that neutral position. Inhale, shift back, and exhale to rock forwards. So we're rocking in and out of the hip here, teasing a bit more movement. We open it up and find a nice range for you in terms of your movement. Start off small and then gradually increase. You want to keep the spine neutral so we're not arching or rounding the back. Shoulders relaxed. We'll do 1 more here. And bring that knee down to the ground. Let's go for the other side. Inhale to shift back. Exhale to come forward. And you might find one hip is a little bit more free and mobile than the other. Keep your toes pointed away from you so you get that external rotation through the hip joint. Then we go for 3, 2, and last 1. Beautiful. We're going to shift the hands forwards a little bit and extend one leg, and we're sweeping the opposite leg forwards and coming into this high pigeon. And we're shifting back, so flex that back foot and sink back into that pigeon, keeping the hips nice and stable, and pull the belly button in so your back's nice and flat, and shift forward. Inhale to shift back and forwards as you exhale. Let's go for 3, 2. Again, we're still trying to tease movement out of the hips. And 1. Hold, sink deeper into that pigeon. Can't get my words out. Rest that back foot. We'll hold here for 3 more breaths. Lose tension anywhere else that you might feel it, shoulders, throat, tongue. Beautiful. Alright, so let's come up into our plank and we're going to switch side. We'll come back into that high pigeon, flex that back foot, inhale to shift back into your hips, exhale to shift forward. So small movement, doesn't have to be massive. You get a nice big stretch through that extended back leg, a nice opening of that hip through the bent leg. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Sink deeper into that pigeon pose. Relax that back leg. And let's hold here for 3 breaths. And the final inhale, just sink down to the ground. And let's take this bent knee and just sweep it right the way through as we roll onto our back. Bend both knees, bring both feet flat. And take both feet in together, heels touching, toes touching. We're going to find our hips again, so let's open the toes followed by the heels, so we've got that hip width. Roll the hips forward, so we're tucking the tailbone, flattening the lower back onto the mat. And exhale, press through the heels and the balls of the feet, coming into this bridge pose, opening the hips, pushing evenly through both legs. A little bit of glute engagement here. And take 2 breaths here. And slowly roll down. Beautiful. Take the right leg up. Slight bend in the knee. We're going to grab hold behind the thigh and gently pull towards the chest, just to stretch out the back of the thigh. Bend the knee, release, let's change side. So just a gentle pull. Try not to force the stretches that you hold. The passive stretches should come quite naturally, so wait for the body to ease off and relax the muscles that are being stretched, and then you can release and bring down both feet to the ground. Bring your arms out to the side, feet together, thighs together. Exhale, twist over to one side, look over the opposite shoulder. Keep the back of the hands down on the ground and the shoulder blades. Let it melt into the ground. And you're looking for a stretch sensation through the lower back and the outside of the hips. And if you find that you can't get your thigh all the way down to the ground, that's fine. You can rest the cushion or a book underneath the thigh just to support your legs and take a little bit of load off the hips as well. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, let's go over to the opposite side. Inhale, come back to center, and we're gonna stay here for a little bit, a moment or two, just to let the spine neutralize. You can bring the hands onto the waist or the thighs. And we're going to exhale, separate the thighs, and let the soles of the feet meet in this reclined butterfly. Stay here for 4 or 5 breaths. Final hip opener to finish off. And feel free to use the hands the next time you inhale to help bring the thighs back together. pull the thighs into the chest, give yourself a nice little hug, rock out the hips, lower back, and take your time coming up to a seated position to finish off. Beautiful. I hope you found a little bit more freedom in your spine and your hips, and I hope this helped you. Please feel free to share it with anyone that it might help, and until the next time, peace man, catch you later.